you're an interesting case to me because you have a bit of a reputation that sort of precedes you. So like we had Ethan Quinn on, and he was talking about how you can get a little chippy, or we see the handshake with you and JJ back in college, and then
Yep.
like I saw you in Cleveland like maybe a year and a half ago, whatever it was, and in the lobby you look locked in at the hotel. Like it's like you're not really talking. You're like super like locked in. And but then Jody tells me whenever he sees you at tournaments now, you're always nice and sort of friendly and welcoming. So I'm curious if you feel like you need things to be sort of maybe personal on the court for you to kind of get the best out of yourself, or like what goes through your mind and emotions when you're out there competing.
Like Spazzieri or what?
Yeah. I'm a little curious. I guess we're curious.
I've heard a lot of things about me. Obviously, I've been, since I was a kid, I've heard a lot of different things. It's interesting to hear people's perception of you compared to what you think you actually are. That's always interesting to me. I've heard that a lot. Like I've heard some guys talk about me like, "Oh, Kipson, the guy's so locked in. Look at how serious he is." I've heard other guys be like, "Dude, Kipson's a complete clown. Like the guy, he's all over the place. All he thinks about is shooting deer or whatever." So,
that's the kind of though.
Just like it on something else
in a different way. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I think I definitely have an edge to me. That's not something that I want to force out of myself while I'm playing. It's kind of just something that if it happens, it happens. I try and, now that I'm older, obviously do it in a respectable way to my opponent. A lot of times that's somebody I'm pretty close with. Maybe when I was 15, I would do it in not so much of a respectable way. So I've definitely gotten, more. I would like to think I've gotten more mature in that regard, but it's not something that I purposefully try and bring out of myself. It's just something that kind of happens in the moment, I think. And I think if you kind of flirt with the line of that edge, you can get some pretty good performance out of yourself. But if you're over it, you're probably just going to look like a jackass.
You can break a record in the first game, right, Jody?
Unnecessary, you have to say that. I don't know why. Did you hear what he said?
No.
We've talked about this before on the podcast.
You can break a record in the first game, like he did when he was trying to flip with that line.
Me or Jody?
Jody.
Bro. I don't know if you've done it, but I've definitely done that. Bro.
I've done it.
First game.
Yeah.
Where?
I did it against, I think it was Alex Rotsart in a grade 4 in Delray or something.
That's a name, bro. I know that name.
Yeah, good player. Played at Stanford.
Stanford, yeah.
Yeah. It was a good junior. We always had battles.
Happened?
I was just 14 and just a punk, and it was just like, I'm in a bad mood today, and snap.
I did mine when I was like 27.
Yeah, like a couple years ago.
Yeah. It happens, man. It happens.
Still mature.
It happens.
When does the match start for you, though? Like, I'm curious. Do you think that this locker room power, this idea of people kind of knowing how you compete and like sort of what they can expect from you, is that a big part of your mentality and of how you carry yourself at tournaments, or do you just think the match starts when the match starts?
Yeah, no, I'd like to think that I have, or I think I have built a reputation that when we go out there and play, you're going to get a competitor in me, and you're going to get somebody that can play with that edge and competes till the end, is physical, and makes life difficult on you as the opponent. But I think that's just something you build up through months and years of doing it that way. I don't know if it's something that you like walk into practice in Tyler on a Tuesday and like, oh, now I'm going to show people I'm like here to compete and like I'm tough. I think that's just something that you build over a longer period of time. And I think that's a good reputation to have. I think that's something that I certainly strive for. I think a lot of other players do as well, is being that fierce competitor. And, when the draw comes out and you play against a guy that is going to dog you until the end, I think that can be intimidating for sure.
I think that exists for everybody. Like you know the reputation of everybody, not just yourself.
100%.
You know, like you're talking about the reputation that you want to build for yourself, but you also know the ones who are not even thinking about reputation. You know what theirs is too. You know the guys who
you have one, whether you like it or not, and everyone knows what it is. I mean,
exactly. 100%.
I could name what I think of every guy in the top 300. You know, and they haven't necessarily tried. Not all of them tried to build what I perceive, but over time and I guess through time, really, you build that reputation, and you certainly try and build one that's, somewhat positive.
I guess ultimately, like sports is a lot of like tactics and like it's objectively like this forehand, this backhand, this serve, whatever. But then there's also like the emotional component of it, and everyone's still a human being, and you don't know what they're gonna wake up feeling like on the day. So if you build a reputation that you're a dog, like sometimes you don't, like, it's not like you start the match and everyone starts the match on a level playing ground. You don't know if someone slept bad, if they're sick, whatever the case may be. So like it only just gives you an advantage. Like knowing that they see the draw come out, they're like, fuck, I have to deal with this today. This is what I got to deal with,
Yeah. I think if you can gain a 0.5% or 1%, that's a huge win. Because we're talking a level here that is like, I mean, winners are winning. Sometimes the winner of a match actually losing less points. Or sorry, winning less points. Sorry.
Like the final of the French.
And so if that reputation can help you, man, 2 points is 4-all deuce in the third, and it's hot, and it's like other guys like kind of fatiguing, and you look over and I'm like bouncing around and like, I'm tired too, and I've also built this reputation of, he's here to the last point. Maybe that helps you. Maybe the guy doubles. Maybe he freaking just taps and gives you a point. That's all you need. And if you get like 5 of those throughout the year, that could change the course of your year. I mean,
I started to think about that a lot because I play doubles. So it's not only for my opponents, but it's also for my partners. I want to show people 100%. that this result, whether I win or lose, it doesn't faze me. It doesn't affect me. I believe in like my project and my journey. And then that would be maybe hopefully the energy that I put out there can, maybe put some fear or doubt into the opponents, but also put some confidence 100%. Into people to want to play on my team. So that's
100%.
It's like stock. Like if something bad happens and the CEO comes out and he's like on the mic like freaking out, you're gonna sell your stock. You can't
exactly.
You can't show the world that there's a panic going on, for sure.
100%, especially in dubs, like you're saying, Joey. Like for your partner's sake, like dude, he could be shitting bricks too, but if you're over there and you're like freaking locked in and you're showing that you're just tough and everything is good, you only need one return on a deuce point and the match is yours, right? Freaking send that backhand off the hip inside out for a winner and you're golden.
Off the hip and the frame. Just get it.
I did one off the hip, off the frame, 9-7 down the tiebreak. It goes to the moon and then comes back in. They miss an overhead on match point in the semis, and then
that's all you need. It's literally just a few points here and there. Pumped a huge come on after that.
I did. I had to apologize to him later. I said, bro, I'm so sorry. That was fucking bro, I should not have done that. But in the moment I wanted, bro. I wanted. So
100%. 100%.
Thanks for watching this clip. If you want to watch the full episode, the link is in the description down below.